Oh no, something's gonna fall. Okay. It fell. Hey friends, it's Alex and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing with you all the books, no, not all the books I plan to read in November. I'm sharing with you the books I'm going to be selecting from to read in November because there's no way I can get through all of these in November. So for November, my plan is to catch up on some of my reading goals. So back in January I set a load of reading goals and one of them was like a list of books I wanted to read by the end of the year. There were books that I'm really excited for, or continuations of series, or just books that have been on my TBR for ages. And we're now in November and I've done really badly on that list. So my goal for November is to try and catch up on that list. So I have a lot of books to pull from, which is why I say I'm not going to get to all of them, but they're the books I'll be selecting from. Hopefully I'll get to a few of them. This will probably carry on into December, but we will see. So it is now already the 5th of November as I'm filming this, so we're a bit into the month, so I have already started reading through these books. But the first on my list is A Heart So Fierce and Broken and A Vow So Bold and Deadly, the last two books, or books 2 and 3 in the Curse of Dark and Lonely series. I don't know what the series is called, if it even has a name. But yeah, I reread the first book earlier this year in order to finish the series, so I really wanted to make a point of doing that. I have already started Heart So Fierce and Broken. I'm actually very nearly finished. I've got less than 100 pages left. And so then I will definitely be diving into A Vow So Bold and Deadly. So these ones will definitely be read this month. And I'm really glad to be wrapping up this series. So the next one is the Iskari, I think that's it. I think it's called the Iskari series. First book is The Last Namsara, and then The Caged Queen and The Skyweaver. So I read The Last Namsara and I want to finish up the series. I really loved The Last Namsara. It had dragons in, I love dragons. So I really want to finish this series. I don't know if it'll happen. Also at this point I don't really want to reread books, so if I do get to any of these series that I need to finish, I will probably find recaps for them online instead if I can, just to try and get through as many of these as possible. But yeah, I really love the first book, so I really want to finish this series. Another series that I really want to finish is the Mistborn Era 1 trilogy. So I've read The Final Empire and I have left The Well of Ascension and The Hero of Ages. These are massive. They're like over 600 pages each. I loved The Final Empire. I think I read it about 2 years ago now, so I really want to finish off this series. I really want to be able to carry on with The Cosmere by Brandon Sanderson, so I need to get to these. These are very large, so I don't know if that will happen. I don't know, if I carry this on into December as well, which I may as well, then I could very well get to these. But yeah, I really enjoyed book 1, as I said. I don't remember much about it, but I think these books actually include their own recaps. Yeah. So at the back of this one, it's got a summary of book 1. So I will probably read through that. I do actually remember quite a lot of it because it's like really large. It's not too dense, but it is still like adult fantasy, so it's a bit dense. So I read it a bit slower than I read other books, so I do remember more of The Final Empire. And I have actually started The Well of Ascension before, but I had to put it down. I can't remember why, but I was enjoying it, so I am really excited to get back to it. But I will be using that recap at the end of the book to remind me of what happened in book 1. And then the last series, all of these books are dusty. The last series that I want to finish this year, that I've already started, is the Girls of Paper and Fire trilogy. So I read Girls of Paper and Fire, and then I have Girls of Storm and Shadow and Girls of Fate and Fury. Again, I will be reading a recap of book 1 because I read book 1 quite a while ago. Really enjoyed it again, but then I wanted to wait for the whole series to come out to finish it, and the whole series has been out for over a year now, so, or about a year. So yeah, I want to finish this series finally. Those are all the series that I've started and want to finish. The rest are series that I want to start and finish. I'll start with this one. So we have Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. This is just the first book. I do have the first 3 books, I don't really know how it all works. I think it's like a trilogy, and then there's like 2 standalones following the same character, but they're not really part of the trilogy. But I want to at least read the first 3 books. I have read, I can't remember what it's called. Oh, the Shades of London series, it's on the back. I read the Shades of London series by Maureen Johnson and I loved it so much, so I'm so excited to read these. I've had them for years, I have no idea why I haven't got to them. I think I will actually start these very soon because they're all on Scribd on audiobook, so I'm going to listen to them all, and I've just DNF'd my current audiobook, so I am now able to start a new one. So I will hopefully start this one in the coming week on my commute to and from work and hopefully get through this series. So this is another one that will hopefully definitely happen. I would also like to read Dune by Frank Herbert. I would like to watch the film, but I want to read the book first. This one I'm not as fussed about leaving till next year necessarily because it's a long book and it's also like the start of a series. But if I get to it, then that would obviously be pretty cool. How long is it anyway? 529 pages, so it's not too long. But I would really like to give this one a try and then watch the film. I might try and see if Jez will watch the film with me. Also on this list is Iron Widow. I got this one in an Illumicrate and everyone was raving about it at the time, and so I thought I'll just stick it on my 2022 TBR. And I still haven't read it, and I think book 2 has been announced or the cover's been revealed or something recently, so I am very keen to give this one a try. I've heard very good things and I just really want to pick it up, so hopefully I can get to this one too. I think it's sci-fi as well, which I just don't read enough of and I want to read more of, but I might be wrong about that. So the last 2 series on this list are ones that I kind of said, I think it was in my goals video that I said this, if I haven't read them by the end of the year, I'm going to get rid of them because I've had them for like 7 years. I've never even begun to think about picking them up in that time. So they clearly need to just be read or be gone because they're taking up space on my shelves. The first one is the Remnant Chronicles, so The Kiss of Deception, oh dear, The Heart of Betrayal and The Beauty of Darkness. This is the one I'm more bothered about getting to because the premise of The Kiss of Deception has always really intrigued me. As far as I know, follows a girl who runs away on her wedding day and then she's chased by her fiance and an assassin, and it follows those 2 points of view but you don't know which is which just sounds really interesting. But like I said, I've had it for like 7 years and I've not picked it up, so how interested am I really? So this would be one that would be nice to get to just to really try it out. And I mean, like, if I read the first book and I don't like it, I can just unhaul the whole series and I don't have to read all of the books. So there's nothing really stopping me from trying it. And then the other series I'm not as fussed about and is so fucking heavy is the, what's it called? The Seven Realms series by Cinder Williams Chimer. So we've got The Demon King, The Exiled Queen, The Grey Wolf Throne, and The Crimson Crown. I say I'm not really as fussed about it, but now that I've got them out, I'm kind of reluctant to unhaul them, so again, I just need to try the first book to see if I like it. But again, I've had it for so long and I've not picked it up. So am I really interested? I'm kind of interested, but clearly not enough. So yeah, hopefully I at least get to the first one and I can find out if I like it enough to carry on, and at the very least keep the series. Like, I could just read the first one and then if I like it, carry on next year. I don't have to carry on right now. But yeah, we'll see. I would like to maybe try these. I am slightly less fussed if I don't get to these ones, but like I say, every time I pick them up I get a bit more fussed again. So those were all the books that were on that list. I did end up adding a few more to the pile of books I'd like to read before the year is out, and there are reasons, and I will go through them now. So we have Cage of Souls by Adrian Tchaikovsky, which definitely needs to get read because Jez and I are going to meet him in December. There's only 2 months left of the year, why was that hard? We're going to meet him in December. I have read the first little bit of a different Adrian Tchaikovsky book. Let me see if I can remember his name. I don't know why I'm doing it like that, I'll just look up there. Shards of Earth, I think it's called. I can only see Shards of, but I think it was Shards of Earth. And I enjoyed what I read, I just wasn't in the mood for it at the time, so I put it down. But I did really enjoy what I read, so I do think I'm going to like his books, which is why we've bought the tickets, even though I've not read one of his books. But I would like to have actually read one before I meet him, just, you know, I just like to do that before I meet authors. So that one is quite high priority, I would like to get to that one. I also have Queen of Ruin by Tracy Benghart, which again was like an extra one I added on. Another one of my goals for the year was to finish series I'm in the middle of, and I read the first book in this series years ago, so long ago now, and I've still not picked this one up. So even though it wasn't technically on my list, reading it would still kind of help further one of my goals, so I thought I may as well throw it in there. And I did really enjoy book one, and I have been wanting to read this one for ages. Again, I will probably read a recap of book one instead of rereading book one properly. But yeah, I am very keen to hopefully get to this one too. This is also the Fairy Loot edition and it's really, really pretty. Then I have 3 proofs. Only one of them was actually sent to me by the publisher for a review, which is Silver in the Mist by Emily Victoria. This was sent to me by Harper 360, so thank you very much to them. I requested this one because I heard it has ace representation in it, which I'm very excited about. Keen to give this one a try. This one also came out on the 1st of November, so it's only just come out, but I would like to get to it soon to review it because it was sent to me for review and it has now come out. So this one I am actually going to read after I've finished off the Cursed Arcanoni series. So this one is another one that will actually definitely be happening. And then the other 2 were just passed on to me by my friend Beth. So the first one is 5 Survive. It doesn't have the title anywhere on the outside, but it's called 5 Survive by Holly Jackson. I really, really enjoyed A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. That was an excellent book, and then the rest of the series got a bit weird and I don't know how I felt about it. But the first one was excellent, so I am intrigued to try this one. It doesn't come out until the 8th of December, so this is one I'd like to try and read before then. It's a thriller and I'm excited to see if I enjoy it as much as A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I hope I do. I hope it's not really weird like the rest of that series was. I really want to love this one. And then the last book on this list, I'm definitely not getting through all of these, but the last book on this list is Her Majesty's Royal Coven by Juno Dawson. I love Juno Dawson. I have a bit of a hit or miss relationship with her books, to be honest. I don't love all of them. Some of them I've really not liked. Others have been like favourite books. So I'm really keen to see where this one goes. It's her first adult book. It's witchy. I'm quite keen to check this one out. Yeah, I mainly just want to read it because it's Juno Dawson. This one has already come out. I also have a hardcover copy over there, but I'll probably read from this one just because it's paperback and it's a bit easier to read. And also it's really pretty. I love the black with the pink design. I'm so keen to read this one. I really hope I get to this one. But yeah, so those are all the books I have to choose from this month. Hopefully I get to some of them. I've been a bit kind of up and down with my reading lately and I really want to just have a consistent reading month. I don't care if it's like not the best reading month I've ever had, but I just want it to be consistent because that's where I've been struggling lately. But yeah, I'll see how far through these I get. I am vlogging throughout the month of November so you can see my progress. I'm going to do like 2 weekly vlogs, so there'll only be 2 vlogs. But yeah, you can see my progress on these books, on my goals. Hopefully I can get through a decent chunk of them. So yeah, that's my November TBR sort of. Let me know what you're planning to read in November. Let me know if there are any of these books that I should prioritise that you really liked. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!